Fuck.
Are you okay?
A little bit. Maybe. I don't know.
I don't remember.
Hey there, everybody, and welcome to the 26th episode of the KJ&A podcast. I am the J.
And I am the K. Kevin.
And this week we're reviewing Evangelion 1.0 or 1.11. You are not alone. Otherwise known as Evangelion Shin Gekijoban Jo, which is properly termed Evangelion the New Movie Prelude.
Oh.
Yeah. So. Yay!
Yeah, we decided, was it last episode, that we were going to do all the Evangelions up until we get to episode, was it 30?
Yeah, 29 should be the last Evangelion movie, and then we'll go into our normal 10-episode thing of a
Ghibli.
Studio Ghibli.
We gotta find a Ghibli.
Yeah, we gotta find a Ghibli. I got a list of Ghibli.
Oh, yeah, it's easy to find the Ghibli.
The Ghibli.
Maybe not My Neighbor Totoro.
You know, we haven't. Yeah,
You haven't done that one,
That's
and lots of
one
people
I
talk
have
about
not.
that one.
That's one I have not seen.
Oh, sweet, me neither. So there we go.
So, episode
4
30.
episodes ahead of time.
Yeah,
We've decided what we're gonna do.
Well, I mean, if we're doing a film series, it makes sense for us to jump from a film series into the Studio Ghibli that we're going to go ahead and do. That way, I mean, everybody knows what we're doing right now. It's just Ava until the end of 29, then 30,
Right.
jump right into. Yeah.
Right.
All right.
All right. Okay. Okay.
All right. So, IMDb
there's like different versions of it, right?
of
Evangelion.
Evangelion. So, the film series is actually a rebuild of the 1995 series by Hideaki Anno. And that series was 26-ish episodes with 2 movies that followed it.
Okay.
I thought it was a great series. I love the original voice cast. Some of the original voice cast came back for the film series. Some did not.
Okay.
One that I know of passed on. The series, and I learned this after doing research, had 3 different dubs. You had the original dub, you had the director's cut dub, and then when Netflix took it on a few years back, they also got a dub that was different from the original. I don't know. Ask that when you look at this one, because there was an original dub when it first came out in the States in 2009, and then when Amazon Prime decided to start showing it last year, different dub. So there's some people from the original cast were still on that dub, but some others got transitioned over into new actors. So yay!
Yeah.
Yeah. Fun times. Fun times. They can't keep it straight. Too many voices.
So what kind of voice actors do we have?
For this go around, I think I know I watched it on Amazon Prime. So
As did I.
And I also have the actual DVD series, but I decided to just stick with Prime.
Well, that'd be great because I mean, if it was different than what I watched, it would be kind of awkward. Coming on here.
A little bit. So for the Amazon Prime, we've got Shinji Ikari as played by Spike Spencer, who was the original Shinji Ikari from the series. We have Allison Keith playing Masato Katsuragi, who was also from the original series.
That was the purple-haired chick, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Gendo Ikari was played by John Swayze, who was the voice actor for the director's cut of the series. So he took over for... Give me one second. He took over for...
You can find it. I believe in you.
my brain, I can't
see the word. It. It's okay.
I can't see the words.
Oh, no. My brain.
Yep, it'd be stupid sometimes. Hello, brain. No
brain.
No brain for you.
No brain.
He took over the role from Tristan McAvery from the original series.
Okay.
So then we've got Rei Ayanami, who was played by Amanda Wynn Lee, who did the original voice of Rei Ayanami in the series. But then when they redubbed it before in 2009, they had Brenna Palencia play her. But yeah, we'll just move on.
All right, fair enough. I guess no one like that.
I feel like Rey is a very distinct character, and I prefer Amanda Winley to do her part in comparison, but that's just me because I'm a stickler.
She's just like extremely brooding, and
I wouldn't even say brooding.
she's like, yeah, I'm naked. What do you want?
She has a disconnect of humanity, is what I see in Rey Ayanami. She doesn't know how to act.
She's not good in the social situations.
Correct. She has that social disconnect. She's very alone. Even her apartment looks like a freaking hospital room.
Yeah, it is.
It's like you don't have nothing that's yours. You have beakers and stuff. Your meds.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Oh, cool. So what do you do when you're hanging out?
Stuff.
This wall is really interesting. I sometimes paint it and watch it dry.
Ew. Ritsuko Akagi, played by Mary Faber. The kid at the very end that kind of wakes up on the friggin' moon.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Kaoru Nagisa, played by Damon Mills.
He's in there for like 5 seconds. He's like, so Shinji knows, right? And you're like,
he eventually.
I'm sure he will. There's other movies, so yeah, they got to explain it a little bit.
Kozo Fuyutsuki, played by Michael Ross, the gray hair guy who's constantly standing behind Gendo Ikari.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's him. Maya Ibuki, one of the techs, played by Amy Seeley. Shigeru Alba, played by Jackson Lee, who was also part of the original cast. Makoto Hyuga, played by Joe Freya. Toji Suzuhara, Brett Weaver. Kinsuke Ida, played by Alejandro Saab. Hikari Hiroki, the class rep. Kimberly Yates. Keels Lorenz, Tom Booker. Now, you don't really know who Keel Lorenz is. You haven't seen his face. He's just one of the heads of Seilei that's talking to Gendo. And Yui Ikari, which you hear on the train scene as kind of like I guess an unconscious Shinji's mind.
Yeah.
As he hears his father and mother talking about baby names.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's also played by Amanda Winley.
Oh, so his mom is played by the same
Voice actor.
All right. All right, give me that monies.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you got to pull double duty.
Give me the money.
Got to play that double duty.
That's what she said.
Ooh.
It will.
So IMDb scored it 7.6 out of 10 with 24K users. My anime list 8 out of 10, 314,797 users. Rotten Tomatoes is the tomato meter 71% with 7 reviews. Audience score 86% with over 1,000 ratings. Google users 83%, 34 ratings.
All right, so when it comes to our ratings in this, I think I'm going to rate them all individually, and then we'll give one big rating on the 29th. Yeah.
Okay.
On the 29th episode, because, and I mean, for that same reason, like, I'm pretty sure I've seen them before, but it's been such a long time, I don't remember. Just like, Vampire Hunter D and the other ones we watched. But I feel like I don't want to watch them back to back to back to back to back, and then we record once a week. And so, I want to record. I don't want to have it be influenced.
Right, you don't want to let everything kind of bleed together.
Yeah, because otherwise I'll start talking about the second episode or the third. So I'm going to wait and watch each one once a week.
Mm-hmm.
So then we can talk about it, because I feel like that's smart. If we're going to talk about art, I think the art was pretty standard. It didn't feel like we had some triangle heads.
No.
It didn't feel like we had some 2 giant eyes for their head, like the main characters weren't praying mantises or something.
No.
It felt nothing special, nothing crazy good, nothing crazy bad. Like I thought the coolest art of all of it was that one angel that was the polygon.
Oh yeah.
That was drilling into the ground to get to. That one was super cool.
Yeah, I love that they. So in the original series, it did not morph. It was just singular in shape the entire time, and it had a drill that came down. It was not the drill literally formed out of the outer shell.
Yeah,
it literally had a drill in it and just kind of drilled down.
Okay.
Like, nothing super special.
Not as cool as that, like transforming polygon shit. That
Right.
Was, and then,
Every state that it took was for a specific situation to take care of what was around it.
Yeah.
It was. Excuse my language. It was a big fuck you
Okay.
to every bit of
It was
armament.
like, okay, they killed us with this, and they killed us with this, and they killed us with this. So,
Yeah.
here we go. Polygon.
So much. Oh yeah, and the shielding that it had was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, nothing was penetrating that thing.
Yeah. Even though they had like the giant sniper rifle that took all of the
the electricity in Japan.
Yeah.
To
power.
positron rifle, rifle
for one bullet.
Yeah.
And then they were like, charge it again. You're like, really?
That's gonna take some time.
Yeah.
It's gonna take some time.
You're gonna have to wait. Why don't you go in there and punch it?
Yeah.
But they wouldn't see that coming.
Yeah, what? From a mile away.
Just run them.
Probably several miles away.
Okay, I mean, obviously I haven't seen the second one, but if this is the one that's like super badass and it's really hard to kill, like, what's gonna happen? What's the next one gonna be?
Yeah. So, they go through literally the 4th, 5th, and 6th angel in this movie, and this is not verbatim, but a condensed form of the first 6 episodes of the series.
Okay.
So, yeah, the very first episode of the series literally is Shinji getting into the Eva, shooting up, and basically being face to face with the angel down the way. That's the end of the first episode. This one is like, all right, we're just going to go episode 1, and we're just going to jump into episode 2. We're just going to jump into episode 3. It is fast paced. Some things are lost in translation. Some things are like taken out. But overall, I think it's more streamlined. Yeah, if you haven't watched the original series, some of the stuff will kind of like go above your head and kind of make you like, it's just another giant robot anime.
That's kind of how it felt for me. Because like before we came here and recorded this, you were like, you gotta watch the first episode of the series. So I had to watch the first episode of the series, and and there were a couple instances where I was like, they didn't mention that in the movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Or that didn't happen in the movie. Like him covering.
Yeah, the Eva literally
covering up Shinji's head, covering him up when shit broke, and I was like, yeah, that sure shit didn't happen because it didn't feel like there was in the movie. Didn't feel like there was a specific connection between him and his Ava. It was just like, oh, yeah, they kept talking about. They were like, why? It just is.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Getting your Ava, bitch.
Yeah, and see, later down the line, you'll figure out what happened.
Oh, I'm sure.
I mean, and it's the same with the series. It's the same with the series. You're like, okay, why did it move for him? The first fight that he has, and he's like, all right, just think about walking, and trips and falls, and the angel straight grabs him by the head, and he's like, hey, look at this arm. Breaks the arm, and she's like, oh crap, my arm's broken. Dude, it's not your arm. It's just the nerve connection.
Oh yeah, it's just like,
and then it straight starts using this little energy spike that is in his hand, and starts ramming it into the head, and you're like, oh god, and finally penetrates and literally shoots the whole Ava across the way and levels it into a building. You're like, oh shit, he's fucking dead. He's dead shit. But then all the stuff back at HQ is like, nerve impulses are rejecting, systems are going wild, and then there's a moment of silence, and then you see Shinji's eyes and multicolored like rainbows, shit's going on, and then bam, the Ava gets back up, the mouth opens, and it's growling, and everybody's like, it's gone berserk. And that sucker roars and like leaps and backflips onto the angel. You're like, oh shit, this is about to get wild. And it got wild. I mean, that sucker got up on his chest. Angel tried to do some shit. And he was like, nope, backflip off. And came right back at him and was like, yeah, we ain't doing the same thing we did last time. Grabs both arms, snap, and straight kicks sucker across the way. And tackles that son bitch down to the ground. It's like, all right, bare fist and bop, 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 bop. Mm-hmm. Now it's not working. Let me take your ribs out. Bop, bop. start beating you in the chest. Angel's like, I don't like this. I don't like this.
I love your rendition of the fight. Please go on. Why do we even need to watch a movie? I just want to hear you.
Just do play by play.
Play by play.
Angel's like, I don't like it. And straight changes shape and like engorges itself upon the Ava and just explodes. You're like, that's a bitch way to go out of the fight, man.
Yeah.
You're just like, no, I can't fight this dude no more. I'm done. Boom.
Hey.
And then everybody's like, where's the Ava? And sucker's just walking out the flame,
Smoke.
like any badass who walks away from an explosion. Slow motion, baby. Slow motion. Now, the best thing about episode 2 is that they actually show you.
Hey! We're on episode 1, sir.
Technically, episode 2 of the series versus episode 2 of the second movie. They show you what's under the armor plating of the Ava, so you get more of a perspective of what's actually under there.
Oh, well, what is it then?
So they literally
like
said
nerves and shit?
It's literally, they call it a artificial human, so it kind of looks like regular ass skin.
That's creepy.
Super creepy.
That's creepy as fuck. What? Why did they show that in the movie?
Think about where that entry plug goes. Right down the spinal column.
Yeah,
and
I get it.
Shuts up.
Yeah.
Yep. So they're the nervous system.
That's
they're
fucked
what
up.
makes it move.
That's fucked up.
A little bit.
Avas are people.
Yes.
Avas are peoples.
A little bit.
That's fucked up.
Dude.
I'm gonna say that like 20 more times. That's fucked up. And then what about that crazy one? The Ava Zero?
Oh, Zero. So that was an activation test that went awry because of, and I can't tell you because that would be like,
damn it,
that would be giving away stuff that's in a later film.
Stop! I knew this was a bad idea.
It's so yeah. You can't get me on Ava. Ava is one of my favorite mecha series ever.
Okay, well...
shorter than Gundam, which Anno really cites as some of his inspiration for trying to rebuild the Ava franchise.
Okay. I mean, I can understand why they'd want to rebuild. If it's a classic, like...
Yeah, I mean...
It felt like watching the series, which was the original, I think, and then versus the newer one, I saw where it pretty much felt like they just copied and pasted it with new art, which is fine.
Right.
I'm a fan of those type of reboots. And like, don't change shit. I guess even just the first episode of the 6, it felt like they changed some stuff or they didn't add things that should have been important.
Right. So they mentioned the Marduk report in the original series, and the Marduk report is supposed to be how they classify the children, how they find them.
Yeah.
So Shinji's the third child and Rei's the first child. So you haven't met the second child yet.
Yeah, but I would say, like, if they said he's the third child in the movie, I'd have been like, oh, there's more intrigue. Cool.
Right.
Like, what's going on? Because they never even touched on why is it that Shinji is the one who can pilot this thing.
Right. Again, I can't.
I know you can't, but I'm just saying, like from a perspective of someone who hasn't seen all that shit or doesn't remember it, whichever one it is in my head right now, it's like, it doesn't, I don't know, I see it and I think, why is it just this kid? Why don't you use fucking adults? Why don't you use people who, have more experience piloting shit?
And see, I think that falls into some mecha genres where it does end up primarily being children who have the capability to use certain machines. And I think it's more because of their
ability to adapt.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's just children haven't adapted. I mean, we're stuck.
Yeah.
Once we get to a certain age, we're that's who we are. Period. Just like you can't teach an old dog new tricks. It's just that's how it is.
Yeah, but I think
if you train a child into a guerrilla soldier, they now have military knowledge. They might not have the humanity that they should have now because
they're back on X-19.
No,
no,
not
X-19. What was that one? Spriggan.
Yeah. I mean, basically, if you train a child soldier, if you make this child a soldier before they become an adult, they now have combat knowledge and they have the ability to grow upon that knowledge as they grow up. So now they're a more efficient killer, but they also lack that human connection to see that what they're doing is sometimes terrible.
Yeah, I mean, but that's just like teaching languages. Like, children can learn languages way easier than adults.
Yeah.
As I'm trying to learn a language now. Like, the fuck?
Yeah.
Damn it. It's hard.
Well, yeah.
But, what's it called? The main two characters, the first two characters that you meet, Shinji and Masato, they're voice actors in the Prime Video version.
They're the same ones from the original.
The same
series.
ones
Somehow, but
they didn't sound as annoying in the series. But in this movie,
Well, no,
when they
'cause-
talked, I was just like, Jesus Christ.
Well, the version we saw the Netflix dub, which is 2 different voice actresses doing those parts.
It didn't seem.
Actually, I think the majority of characters in the Netflix dub are different from the original cast from the series.
But it just felt so obnoxious the way they talked. Like they were trying to be extra squeaky. I'm like, you don't need to. It's fine.
And it could be because they're trying to reconnect themselves to where they were
10, 20 years ago?
Yeah.
I get it. I mean, I assume whoever voiced Shinji was probably a young dude or whatever.
By that time, let me see, we got 1997, and then when they did the redo for Prime, I'm not sure what year they actually did the dubbing, but Prime brought it out in 2021. So I'd assume it's almost 30 years after the fact.
So you can do your, like, super hardcore, talking about then when you grow up 20 years later, I probably have to talk like this, because that's what it felt like the whole time.
They're trying to reconnect to the...
I'm Shinji.
20
I'm a
years,
10-year-old.
20 and some change prior.
45.
Oh my god.
Nope. That actually cannot be the case because if you listen to the voice actor who did Tai from Digimon, he sounds exactly the way he used to when he did that voice when he was playing a child in the original Digimon series. He still sounds the same. It's crazy.
Okay.
Just like the guy who plays Invader Zim.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Even though it's a little strain on his voice. Yes, exactly. So I mean, sometimes that's the case, and I mean, me not being a voice actor, I don't know
yet
the intricacies of tooling your voice to that at the time.
Yeah, that's fair. But we'll get there.
We'll get there.
Yeah. But this, I don't know, and why was there sexual tension between the commander and Shinji the whole time?
Would I call it sexual tension? Yes.
That's what I would call it, because it's like the picture that she sends to him. I guess saying I guess they don't really explain it except for like,
they don't give you like
this is the girl who's gonna pick you up. Yeah. Except for like an arrow pointing at her tits from her picture. Like, why did you send him a picture like that? It's like, hey, send him a picture of you so he knows what you look like. And she was like, here's my glamour shot. Show him a tits for you.
Terrible.
Because it was still an arrow pointing like.
But it's not. It's not even that, because then when she does pick him up, she's in a basically pretty form-fitting dress.
Yeah, form-fitting black, skimp dress, form-fitting. Yeah, that's a nightclub dress, is what she shows up.
Couple of shots if you pay attention.
Fan service,
booty shot, and while she's driving the car, just a little edge from the corner of your screen. If you
fan service,
yeah, fan service.
Isn't that the one that I pointed out, and you were like, "Wait, what?"
I try not to pay attention to that thing, but no.
Was that panties? Huh? What?
Oh no, there's some very blatant in series and such that panty shot.
But I mean, like they show Ray like completely bucket naked.
Yeah, I'm like, okay,
but isn't she not even 18 in this?
No, yeah, they're still very young. They're like middle school.
That's unacceptable.
Middle school, high school.
They should not be doing that.
No, technically that's child pornography.
Yes, it is. Bad Evangelion. No.
Yeah, I mean, you can't just be like, here's a child's boob.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah. No.
That's something that just crossed my head, and I was like, that's fucked up.
It's a little bit.
It's really fucked up. Why are we watching this?
Look, feel free to email Hideaki Anno and be like, bro, what's up with these child tits, but you can't show adult tits?
I mean, it's like it's a classic, but then you realize watching it 20 years later, you're like, man, there's a lot of fucked up shit in here. Kind of like A Christmas Story.
Yeah, see, when we were young,
like when they're serving the
97,
duck.
we were young enough to be like, okay, this is not child porn. But now that we're older, we're like, oh boy, this is child porn.
Yeah, it's just like I said, it's like there are fucked up things in it, but you don't realize till you're older. Like with A Christmas Story. At the very end, with the guys at the Chinese restaurant serving them the duck, and they're singing "Fa la 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 la," and
And from not that
racist.
long, and from not that long ago.
Yeah, that's right.
So terrible.
That's exactly where I saw that from. I watched that Family Guy episode. He's like, rah, 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 rah. He's like, that's right, everyone. Your favorite Christmas classic is racist. He's like, from not that long ago.
Like, you just had to put that cherry on top just to be like, yep, we're just gonna own it. It's perfectly fine.
It's so fucked up.
It's not perfectly fine. It's not okay.
It's not okay at all.
Oh, Jesus.
Not that long ago.
Yep. But it was so wrong. Yeah, it was so wrong.
Oh, God. That feels dirty.
So let's talk about Gendo and Shinji's relationship, because I'll tell you, this is probably one of the most messed up father and son relationships that I've ever seen in my entire life.
He doesn't even acknowledge his existence. Like, what? I'm guessing his mom died.
Yeah, and this is they've been estranged for 3 years.
Yeah,
they have not been in contact for 3 years.
And then he randomly is like, come to my job and get in the mech.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't want to get in the mech. Get in the mech and save the world.
Like, dude, you abandoned me. Like,
yeah.
I can't do this for you. This is incredible for you to ask, but I can't do it. I can't do this.
I understand his trepidation.
But Masato's like, you mustn't run away. And I'm like, why are you trying to be their therapist right now? Stop. Don't know.
Yeah.
You can't intercede here.
Yeah.
I know, technically, you're trying to be his commanding officer and trying to be technically like a surrogate mother, sister, love interest. I don't know.
Yeah.
You're trying to be a lot.
Surrogate female is what she's trying to be for all the things.
Yeah, for all the things.
It's like the intro to a fucking bad porno.
Yeah.
Oh, stepmom.
But see, he's constantly like, nobody wants me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, where did this kind of mindset come from? Like, he follows instructions to make it easier for him. So anybody tells him to do something, he just does it.
Yeah.
It's because he's not trying to have any conflict.
He must be a Libra.
Ooh, that sounds terrible.
Because I'm a Libra.
Oh, no. Avoid conflict at all. I do the same thing, though, because, conflict is just...
I'm past it. I'm too old for that bullshit anymore. Oh, you want to argue? No, I'm good.
Yeah.
Let's just not do it.
Debate team? Nah, that's not my thing.
I don't want to debate.
I don't want to debate stuff.
I don't want to argue. Let's just pick a side. Let's flip a coin. How's that sound? I don't even give a shit.
Yeah. I'm good either way. Just I don't want to be a part of the whole conversation. Just want to be a part of the end result, which is always a good thing. Yeah, but he does not acknowledge Shinji, even though you hear that within Sele, and then we just talking to Fuyutsuki, that all this was set up like 14 years ago. All these plans were laid out 14 years ago, and I feel like this was also about the same time as the second impact.
Yeah, were they planning on the angels coming?
Yes.
How did they know? Did they explain that later?
Now, when they were talking with Sele, they also talked about the covenant with Lilith. So
Who is that?
Lilith is the second angel that is in Central Dogma.
In the basement.
Yes, the monster in the basement.
Yeah. Like, what's the purpose of holding it?
Apparently, Lilith is the source of life on Earth. Apparently.
Well, then...
and then you hear...
Did Earth only need a source of life, like, when Nerve was created?
No. I don't, you see, that's...
Or has it always been there, and they just built Nerve around it?
Possibly.
Okay.
Now, because, I mean, when you watch Evangelion, you have psychological tones, you have religious overtones, you have the super sci-fi, you've got the mechs, you've got when you go delving into these children's motivations to do what they do, or how they are the way they are, but then you also have to look at these adults trying to manipulate these children into doing what they need done.
I mean, like, at the same time, like it's fucked up that they're trying to manipulate children, but at the same time, it's like kind of for the sake of all humanity.
And
so I think
it's for the greater good,
But if they let the angels go, they're just going to murder everyone, right?
Right, and if an angel actually comes in contact with Lilith, that's literally going to start the third impact, which will kill all of humanity
Yes.
on Earth.
So, yeah, I'm sorry a few kids are sad because we're saving all of humanity.
Yeah, but these kids also have a lot of psychological trauma. You're looking at, once again, you have Shinji. Once again, you haven't really gotten into his background. You just know that he's 3 years estranged from his father. His father basically has neglected him pretty much his entire life.
Yeah.
And he just does what he's told because it makes other people happy, and he's not worried about his own happiness. But at the same time, he's always talking about he doesn't have any freedom. He is not confident in his ability to do what he's doing, but he's going to do it because, one, yes, if I do it, I'll be praised. But because he knows that people are already saying, hey, he's going to win, he's not going to get any praise. But if he fails, people are going to hate him, and the worst effect is he'll die. So
Right.
he's constantly in this repetition of, I could get praised, but I won't get praised. I'm going to do it, but I could die. So it's a very cyclical thought for him, I think, which keeps him kind of like, I'm motivated, but then I don't want to, please. Someone love me for me, not for my ability to do this.
You know what? We'll worry about the loving you afterwards. Once the world's saved.
That's literally what his father's doing. He's like, fuck you. You're worthless. I got backups. I got Ray. I don't need you. Which, once again, pulls him back in. Okay, fine, I'll do it. But you gotta hug me, bitch. Give me a hug.
I'll do it for a hug.
Yeah, I know, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think that Gendo's the huggy type.
He doesn't look like
Until you see him with Ray and he's talking to her with big old smile on face. And he was like, she's like, the fuck is this shit?
You motherfucker.
What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you'll find out why that is.
All right, cool. Yeah. Looking forward to that trauma.
Yay, more trauma!
But I don't know. I'm very much a for the greater good person. Like, if me walking into a pit of fire is going to save hundreds of people, all right, looks like I'm walking into fire. Sorry, everybody.
I mean, that's...
You're welcome. See you later.
I mean, for anybody who also saw Gundam Wing when it first came out, those guys were literally all about it. Shit, I'm down. Sacrifice? Got you. Every single one of them were about to sacrifice themselves at any moment. Hiro Yui? Oh, yeah. Got my detonator in the hand.
Is that the one where...
Mission accepted. Bam! Just straight blows up his freaking Gundam. I'm like, all right, that man was for the cause the entire time. No doubt.
Was that the one
he
that I was
survived.
thinking of maybe? That shifted into the Guardian mode with the plane with legs and wings?
Yeah, it was,
shifted into-
Hiro Yui was the main protagonist, but, he had 4 other members that, technically were 18 by the end of the series. But yeah, his was, it had a basic Gundam mode.
Yeah.
And then you could switch into bird mode and fly.
Yeah.
It was pretty tight.
Okay, see, I was thinking... I still wish I remembered. I'm sure anyone listening is probably yelling at their podcast, knowing what I'm talking about. But it was the one that we talked about in the last episode, where it was the Gundam. I don't know if it was Gundam, but it was the mech that had the human size, and then it had the plane with the legs and arms, and then it also shifted fully into a plane.
That's
and,
Macross.
Is that Macross?
Yeah,
because that was the one I was talking about before. That
Yeah.
I had that. It was like almost full metal toy that you could completely shift, but it took forever to change it back and forth
That makes sense.
because
They
it was
looked,
so
they looked
intricate.
very complicated.
It was super complicated, but it was one of those things where once it was done, you're like, "Oh yeah, baby! Oh, this feels nice."
It was Macross, and they did have the arms and legs could come down, and it could do like a semi-plane robot, and then it could actually do full-on robot. I don't know why they had 3 modes for it though. Maybe
Sells more toys.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Commercialism.
Yay!
But yeah, I mean, this for me, watching this and then having the series under my belt as well. I thought it was good to basically take a show and try to revamp it, but at the same time give it some new breath. Because I mean, the CGI art mixing in with the 2D and cell shading.
It seemed appropriate in this.
It was very streamlined.
Yeah, it was blended in. You couldn't super tell.
And where they used it was perfect. Like I think when they used it on the Avas, so you could actually get that glow on the armor.
Yeah.
Yeah. It really added to the night scenes. The buildings, then when they showed them actually coming up out of the ground, that's all CG.
Oh yeah. You could definitely tell that.
Oh, it was so good and intricate.
Well, how did it look in the series then?
Basic 2D art, but still kind of rough for the time period. You think it's 97, so it looks like basically any Gundam series art you would see almost. It was, I think, the original studio that did this with Gainax. Yeah, Gainax. But like I said, I actually hadn't said it. Anno actually wanted to redo this because he thought that animation had gotten kind of stale. So he was like, all right, I'll take what I did and I'll try to use some of the older stuff, but use newer techniques to elevate the art. But then they couldn't use the old stuff, so they just started from scratch and just redid the entire thing.
I mean, but that's for the better.
But it worked. It worked really well.
It looks really pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a modern take on the
classic.
On the classic stuff, because when I watched it with you, it did feel very sketchy.
Right.
The
Still kind of
series.
rough.
Yeah.
But I mean, it flows well for the time period. But when you look at it now, it looks even better. And it's only going to get better because each angel's design is slightly more elevated than it used to be. Especially, let me see what we said. The sixth angel was really good. Now the next few ones that we see in the next movie are going to be even better, I say, or maybe not better, but more unique from the series. I think this is when we start seeing a disconnect from the series.
Oh yeah.
More. It starts really diverging from the series within the second movie and third movie.
Oh okay.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah. So you won't get to see the same stuff that you see in the series that you see in the movies. The movies will start becoming their own thing.
Oh.
It's like a divergent timeline almost.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
All right, maybe I'll look at the OGs after this.
Yeah. Please.
Maybe.
Please.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay. Sure. So we want to get into them ratings or what?
Oh, well, we get into some ratings. You got any special favorite parts you want to talk about first?
Yeah, that six angel fight was probably still one of the. I wouldn't even call it a fight, but the design for the six angel, in comparison to the original series, I thought was amazing. I love that they constantly had it changing form.
Yeah, like singing the whole time. Did it do that in the series?
Yeah, some of them do have a kind of song-like quality to their motions.
Okay.
But it's all basically the same kind of like aria.
Okay.
Now, there's another show called Razafan that is another giant mech kind of series, but it's very specific, and they do use a lot of musical inclinations in it. But we ain't talking about that.
Okay.
As far as sequences, I still think the opening fight between the fourth angel and Ava Unit 1 still stands out to me. Because that sucker being berserk.
Yeah.
Once again,
Going ape shit on his ass.
go take your ribs out. Spack 'em, spack 'em. Die, you son of a bitch, die.
I kill you. I kill you till you dead.
I don't like it. Yeah, I mean, that, and like I said, I've always loved the tones of religious overtones. The psychology.
Oh, what the fuck is the penguin? Why the fuck is there a penguin?
He's actually an experimental penguin. In the series, they were trying to make a warm water penguin, and he was the result. So Pin is actually an experiment that Masato saved from being disposed of, and she's just like, "This is my buddy."
Yeah, and he just like goes about his own business like he doesn't give a shit.
Correct.
He's like pops out and he's like, stop.
Yeah.
Walks out the door. That was like the only time you see the fucking penguin, I feel like, in this.
Yeah, the bathroom
movie.
scene, and then he goes into his little refrigerator area.
Yeah.
And then towards the end, he actually is watching as the battle ensues, like across the way from Masato's apartment window. Just like, oh shit.
That sucks. But
Yeah.
like, what
What's his?
what
purpose?
is the purpose of making a warm weather penguin? What is
Don't-
that going to do for the
don't-
world?
Do not.
How does that help?
Again,
You want to make would you like to make a cold weather pig, maybe? That can survive in super cold weather so we can have, I don't know, meat in Alaska?
Hey.
That makes sense.
If every series got to have a weird pet thing.
No, it does not.
Gundam has horror units.
No, it does not need a cute little thing.
Hold on.
We learned this in the fucking Fire Brigade one.
Mach 5, Speed Racer. Got the monkey.
Got the fucking monkey and the little kid at the same time.
We know in Promare there was the mouse.
Yeah, Promare was the fucking mouse. Why? Why? It doesn't do anything. Why? Do they need the cute little thingy thing? And all of the... Why does it need to be a cute little useless?
She's also a lonely woman in a big ass apartment. Why wouldn't she have a pet? Why wouldn't she have a pet? Now she has a whole ass child.
Yeah. Yeah, now she got a whole ass baby that she's unsure that she has a sexual connection to. The fuck is happening?
I'm not gonna mess around with him. Why the hell would
you even say that?
I guess she doesn't get the joke.
What's the point? That's not a joke. Keep your tits in your blouse, ma'am.
Nope. She's allowed to take the.
I just don't understand why you need the cute little. Like, it's not necessary.
Look, just let it happen.
It's not necessary. Like, what is what is that thing? Dragon. What is that video game? Dragon. Where they have the slime thing all the time.
Oh, Dragon Quest.
Dragon Quest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where they got the slime thing, the cute little slime thing. Everything else looks mostly realistic, except for the cute little slimes.
Fairy Tale and then several other iterations.
The little mouse. What was it? The flying cat thing.
Yes, but guess what? That cat is not singular. If you watch a series called Rave Master, cat, or the little snowman creature, pops up in that too. And when it's on Netflix right now, called Eden Zero, the cat and the little snowman creature also pop up in that too. And I'm pretty sure they're all by the same animation studio or by the same creator. The cat's everywhere. Guess what? He talks. Sometimes he's a robot. Sometimes he's a magical creature. Yeah.
What?
It's so much.
I guess I'm bitching.
Everybody needs a pet.
Okay, I'm just gonna live by my my creed. Let people be happy.
Right.
Not hurting my feelings any.
There you go.
All right, good for them.
So, favorite parts for you, sir?
Favorite parts for me? I feel, honestly, my favorite part was probably that angel, the polygon angel.
Yeah.
That was drilling into, because that was, like, the coolest part. Like, I'll be honest, it felt like a halfway decent story that they hadn't gotten to the juicy part of it yet for the first episode. Like, there was nothing that super stood out for me.
Right.
Because it felt like they were just trying to get the basis out. It felt kind of forced as far as they were just trying to get to the point.
Yeah.
And it was like at the end of it, they sort of got to the point, but they were like, next episode is going to be awesome. And we're going to explain shit.
Oh, yeah. The opening scene for the next one is going to be pretty peak.
Yeah, I feel like I want to watch it again before I watch the second one, just so I can get a refresher. Even though it doesn't feel like a lot of information was shared, it didn't feel like they got anywhere. It was mostly in Shinji's head being upset and whiny. And then sort of deciding to make a friend in Rei at the last second.
Yeah, but that was also kind of forced by Gendo and Ritsuko.
Yeah.
Like, they're trying to get them together.
Yeah.
But you don't know what the end result's going to be.
Yeah, they don't know what their plan is for that, but that was apparently also part of their plan.
Oh, it's all very intricate.
Anyways, yeah. So there wasn't really a super favorite part, except for I did enjoy the way that they did the polygon change on that angel. But besides that, I mean, you want to do a rating?
Yeah.
What's your rating?
My rating? I mean,
I feel like I do mine first all the time.
I mean, I'll start with a good 8.5. I thought, like I said, I love the series, and I love that they, even though it's condensed, and even though they do leave out some stuff from the series, once again, that's because they're trying to diverge from the series. So certain things probably were left out because they're trying to create a whole different line of events for the movie series.
I think for me, as someone who hasn't seen the later episodes, so I don't know what's coming, so I can't appreciate what's happening now.
Right.
Just as it is, I would probably give it a 6.5.
Oof.
Because
That's pretty low.
It's good. I mean, like the animation was good. I feel like there's going to be a good story,
Right.
but it's not there yet. I feel like I read the prelude to what's really going to happen.
Evangelion, the new movie prelude.
Yeah,
It's literally
Yeah.
what this is.
yeah. So it's not giving me any. It's not giving me any depth. Like nothing thick. Nothing is making me feel connected to this. It's just like it feels like.
You're looking for a stew, but you got a soup.
Yeah, exactly. I wanted some substance,
Right.
and all I got was chicken noodle.
Yeah, I don't like chicken.
No. You want you know what? I need
Chicken
to give
and
it substance. Need to put in some crackers in there.
Can I get some chicken and dumplings?
Chicken and dumplings. That's
I
right.
want that. Nope, that's it.
They gave me chicken noodle, and I want chicken and dumplings.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Hearty.
Hearty. I want a little bit of thickness. So yeah, I'm sorry. I gave it a 6.5 wings out of 10.
No, you're just gonna give it a wine.
No, I'm sorry because that's what I felt
you
like
couldn't give it
Shinji was doing the whole time.
Yeah, that or getting his ass whooped.
Or getting his ass kicked and passing out.
Toji Suzuhara for the win.
Hey! Hey!
Two good slugs. Out.
So, all right. Well, this is the first Evangelion, and we're going to do the second one next time. Maybe there'll be a little bit more substance for me. Maybe it'll give me a little bit of fuckness. Make me feel like my belly is full. But if you guys are interested in contacting us,
Oh yes.
you can go through kjnapodcast@gmail.com.
Yep.
That is the direct way to contact us, and we will contact you back.
Oh yes, easily.
Because
Quickly.
it's fun. We like talking to people who share the same passions we do.
Yeah.
And how else can they catch us, Jay, on the Instagrams and the tweeters and the...
You can find us at KJNA Podcast on Twitter, TikTok,
Facebook.
Yes.
and Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Instagram and all that good stuff. You can also find us on Facebook via our Facebook group, KJNA Podcast Community. And you can also find us on our chat once you join that group, KJNA Chat. And we will chat it up and do the thing.
Yeah, and you know what? I think this is one of the episodes that we're going to be adding a someone telling us they're the A. And we didn't even give them space, but you know what?
Yeah.
They're going to be there.
That's right.
We'll appreciate you. And also, I don't know if you've noticed, but we started getting some ads in this now. We finally reached the point where after 6 months of doing this, we got some ads. So apologies for the ads, but thank you for listening because then...
They're only at the beginning and the end.
Yeah, it's only at the beginning and the end, and we'll be able to, give you some more quality programming and more contents and all sorts of stuff. And if there's anything else you want to see, just contact us through any of our social medias or our emails.
Yep. Friend us. Follow us.
Yes.
We like to talk to people.
Anything else you want to say, Jay?
We love you all. Good night.
We'll see you next time. Bye.